Hello there, welcome to today's Daily Dominion, which is Intrigue Allies. Ally is the Fellowship of Scribes, which allows you to draw some cards after playing actions. There's Importer, so we're going to start with 5, and then there's Student, which also gives favors and makes use of it. So there is a trick here. Well, whatever you want to call it, a combo, a synergy, an interaction. Anyway, Student Fellowship of Scribes is a powerful trashing thing, because if you trash a treasure card, then you just top deck the student. This is true even if we had Importer or not, though it'll potentially help a little bit to have the Importer. I don't know actually how much it'll matter. Anyway, when you play Student, you trash a treasure, the student goes on top of your deck. Then you can activate Fellowship of Scribes to draw a card, draw the student, trash another treasure, goes on your rinse and repeat. So basically it's like a super, and then at the end you trash and one estate, whatever. So any hand you draw with student, you can trash all of the coppers in it, and then you can trash one estate. So it starts to look a lot more like a chapel, which is quite nice. And then, of course, it also gives you access to some other things in the pile, which is not a huge deal here, but well, maybe it is. But anyway, the limiting thing here is that we don't have plus action besides Lich, which makes you skip a turn. So there's like a limit to how much you can do here. You could do like a couple big Lich turns if you wanted, but other than that, you probably are just playing something that looks like money. I don't know what you kind of stick in there as far as your terminals, because like Importer is fine for duchies, but not great otherwise, just because there's not a lot of super strong 5s here. Or I should say you can't, like, they're all terminal, right? So or basically terminal, so it's all a little odd. We may have tokens, we may have favor tokens till pretty late into the game, potentially, which means something like play Galleria, draw a card may be nice for just hitting price points. But I don't know. You can flood yourself with silvers a couple ways, either Ironworks or Conjurer. That's probably a reasonable approach here. But it's all a bit wonky. So I think I'm just going to open. Shoot, I don't really know. You could just open Silver Student if you want. I'm going to open Student something. Maybe Importer. Okay, so here we get to trash 2 coppers. I don't think I'm going to rotate it. I mean, I could rotate it. Maybe it's better to rotate it. I don't know how good Sorcerer is. Maybe Sorcerer is pretty good. Obviously, you'd rather draw your student with like 3 coppers, 1 estate, but this is fine. I guess we might as well draw. We might hit the Importer. Hmm. Just 2 coppers again, but that's fine. So yeah, we have to decide now what angle we want to go for. We may just take a silver here, to be honest, with the importer, which is a little bit underwhelming, but it's not too. We're gonna have to replace the money some point anyway. I guess I again should probably see if we can draw the conjurer. No, so that didn't work out. Then we hit collision. So this was a bit of a bummer. I'm gonna not do it because we may draw the student here. Okay. Oh, I maybe meant to rotate. I feel like sorcerer would be okay for us. Guess we'd do it next turn. Maybe next turn. Okay. So wait, I never get the order of this right. We could trash the conjurer if we think we're gonna play importers rather than conjurer. I don't really know. Like I said, the terminal stuff is still kind of an issue here. Wonder if 2 sorcerers is worth it or not. Okay, they're promising. Oh, that was their last card of their deck. That's kind of unfortunate, but so be it. Should probably rotate. Question here will be something like, how often do we give them curses to make up what is a kind of, not huge, but somewhat of a point deficit here? Well, they're also already into duchies, so. That's kind of nice. What do we want to play? Is it time to just lose the conjurer? I may hit province here. Yeah, that's not good. I mean, I'm okay with these 4. Yeah, this is gonna be pretty scary in the end. We probably need both provinces, which is just not all that likely. We didn't get great student draws, but I do think there's something unappealing about what I've done here, because it doesn't feel like it feels like we should be able to get a win here. Well, if we need both the provinces, then it's probably better to just take a gold at this point. They may just, okay, they only hit that. That's good. I think we just go for it. We were a little unfortunate on the sorcerer draws, but or the sorcerer hits, I should say. I don't know. It wasn't like that unfortunate. It just didn't pair them up. This is probably just another gold, right? And then it's just a race to see who hits province. And feels scary, but it is what it is. We're not gonna hit. Well, I guess Lich is actually better. If we get the turn, then the Lich will almost certainly get us there. That's kind of fun. I don't know that I've ever done that. I don't think I've ever had that exact scenario come up where I hit 6, I'm playing like a sort of uncontrolled deck. I hit 6, the Liches are revealed, it's right before reshuffle, gotta get the last province. Then I drew it immediately, so that was all. That's sort of like an experience that sometimes Lich is like, or it's like a thing you imagine happening with Lich, but I've never actually seen it in the wild. But there you go, it happened. Okay, I'm not real pleased with how that went, and I don't know how much of that is draws or just me doing really stupid things. One thing we could try, this is going to be a little bit dubious. So we know this student draw isn't particularly good. If we buy the student first and then the importer, we could try to reverse them, or we could, I'm going to try an importer skip and see if it runs, but I'm going to buy the student second because I think it draws a little nicer, which of course is like, they get a mask here though. Apparently it changes what the AI does as well, which is kind of funny. Well, I guess the AI is just never, the AI is never ever fully deterministic, which I think makes it kind of unsatisfying to play. I've said this a million times. I don't need to keep saying it. I mean, I'm sure I will at some point in my life, but maybe should have revealed the conjurers. But they're still already like going pretty good on money. And we could kind of follow in just a money sort of style. I mean, mask money is always reasonably good. It feels underplaying to go straight to money at this point, but I don't know. They also have masks, so the sorcerer is quite a bit worse, to be honest. Hit the gold. So they're kind of moving, you know? They're not moving. It's the classic, you get to see what they pass you with Masquerade. I will say that having Masquerade versus Student in this part of the game, the Masquerade is much better. So that's not... we're still in a spot where in theory we can win if we get both of the provinces. We don't really have the best deck ever for it. How many? We only bought 1 gold, right? So there's no world where this trashing this or playing the Galleria and drawing a card gets to 8. If I'm understanding the situation correctly, I think I only have the 1 gold and we just drew it. This is funny because it's not even, doesn't even win. On a province buy. I have to imagine this gets, well, they may not be there. Because they already have the, yeah, now he just like can't get the province probably. Like it probably will be at half VP. We use the Galleria power. Doesn't really help, but we used it, by golly. We would have to get the or sorcerer now, right? Or have them pass an estate via masquerade. Kind of funny. Because we're not gonna, there's not gonna be like a 3 pile. So it's just a question of how long does it take them to buy the last province? Because we can't buy it, we're first player. We can buy like this stuff. I don't know if anything helps. Like, what would be the thing? Maybe an importer? Or a masquerade ourselves? Like, if we pass them a treasure. So then you just start buying coppers. We can get the liches. Not the liches. If you can get the sorcerer, you can give them a curse and then you're allowed to province. But how you sort of find that, I don't know. We have to do this, so then we have to trash the gold. We'll go ahead and draw this up. And so then we're looking for like the importer or something. We need to play the mask and see if they passed us a green card. That was really funny. Well, that didn't look very good. Either. So I don't know. Maybe it's just mask money and you just live your life, you know. I could believe it. We'll try again. We'll cheat again. So this time we know we'd rather the mask first because it will be drawn in this hand. They did do masquerade again this time, so apparently the AI will buy masquerade if you open it. Well, no, it's just weird. Just a bit weird, what I would say. I'm gonna take a band. This is a little bit unfortunate. We're probably gonna have collision now. We do, and we don't get to pass a state either, which sucks. That's okay. We have collision again. But that time the green stuff was a little nicer. Yeah, now we're just into this. You play money, I guess, pretty quick. Probably have province now. I'll take 1 more gold. We probably have 8 there. Let's see what we get. So they got us to 8. These games, of course, are not especially satisfying to play most of the time. I wonder if we keep the estate at this stage. Probably. There is some nice, like, if I have banned Baron, I can do that. I'm not so far away from just being able to... We could also, like, try to double... We can importer, and we can double duchy. I guess potentially maybe just hit province. We could have also... Actually, we could have guaranteed hitting province. We'll go back. We have the I wasn't thinking about this super well, but you can armory, get a silver on top, and then Fellowship of the Scribe. You can buy province. So the AI can win here if they get certain draws, but they're just taking the tie, which in the daily gives you a win. This is interesting. A Masquerade money looks pretty good. Anyway, there are some fun things you can do here. I didn't quite find a path that looked really persuasive to me, but nonetheless, it was an okay board. Not an earth-shatteringly fun board to play, but fortunately, the more fun stuff is a little bit slow. So anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.